America, President Trump appears to reverse course on the Epstein files, breaking news for Thanksgiving travel, and the big honor for two Hollywood legends that had them dancing. Breaking overnight, President Trump's about-face. Why he's now encouraging House Republicans to vote to release the Epstein files as he faces mounting pressure from his own party, even going after close ally, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, calling her a traitor.
Ready for takeoff, the FAA lifts flight restrictions at major airports with record Thanksgiving travel expected. Gio Benitez is tracking what you need to know ahead of the holiday. Deadly western storms. This morning, hard-hit areas bracing for more flash flooding and mudslides, with a new round of dangerous weather taking aim.
Massive military buildup. The world's largest aircraft carrier arrives in the Caribbean as the Trump administration ramps up pressure on Venezuela.
Massive blaze, plumes of black smoke in the air for miles. The cause of the fire at a decommissioned power plant in Texas under investigation.
Operation Charlotte's Web. Fierce pushback as Customs and Border Patrol agents descend on Charlotte, North Carolina. Dozens rounded up, including American citizens. This morning, a closer look at the new numbers in the Trump administration's immigration crackdown.
New twist in the O.J. Simpson case, the $58 million payment to Ron Goldman's family signed off by Simpson's estate. What Goldman's family is saying, and will it ever be paid in full?
ABC News exclusive, banned for life.
What did you want to do with that money?
The college basketball player speaking to Will Reeve about his role in a betting scheme and his warning to young athletes. And the new slash in pricing on one of the most popular weight loss drugs. Why now? What could it cost you? The company official talking exclusively with Dr. Narula.
Walk-off weekend.
Lutz in the clutch.
Not one. Not two, but 5 last-second game-winning field goals. And a big honor for two Hollywood legends, Tom Cruise and Debbie Allen, helping us dance into Monday.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Monday. Good morning, America.
Good times indeed. They were having a good time. Thank you all for joining us on this busy Monday morning, and we are tracking the breaking news this morning that could impact Thanksgiving travel. Gio Benitez is standing by with that.
We're going to begin with the breaking news overnight. President Trump's about-face on the Epstein files. Facing overwhelming pressure from Republicans, he now says House Republicans should vote to release them. But does that mean they will actually be released? We're going to get into that with Chief Washington Correspondent John Karl. Senior Political Correspondent Rachel Scott starts us off. Good morning, Rachel.
George, good morning to you. And the president had gone out of his way over the last few days to personally try to stop the release of the full Jeffrey Epstein files. But now faced with the reality that a growing number of Republicans support it, he's backtracking. Facing mounting pressure from his own party to release the Jeffrey Epstein files, this morning President Trump reversing course, now encouraging Republicans to back the move just one day before the critical vote. The president writing on social media, House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide, and it's time to move on from this Democrat hoax. But for days, the president has lashed out at the very Republicans who signed a petition to force that vote in the House. And over the weekend, President Trump repeatedly going after one of his closest allies and staunchest defenders, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, calling Greene a traitor and wacky, saying he's now withdrawing his support and endorsement, even dismissing death threats she says she received in the wake of his attacks.
I don't think her life is in danger. Frankly, I don't think anybody cares about her.
Greene was one of the 4 Republicans who signed on to that petition to force that vote in the House.
I have no idea what's in the files. I can't even guess, but that is the questions everyone is asking, is why fight this so hard?
Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel even meeting with Congresswoman Lauren Boebert in the Situation Room last week in an attempt to pressure her to remove her name from the petition. The president's shift comes as support is only growing within his own party.
I think we could have a deluge of Republicans. There could be 100 or more.
Let's rip the Band-Aid off and get it done.
Overnight, some of the women who survived Epstein's abuse releasing this video.
I suffered so much pain.
Urging Congress to vote to release all the files.
It's time to bring the secrets out of the shadows.
Tomorrow's vote comes just days after the House Oversight Committee released thousands of documents from the Epstein estate, where Trump is mentioned by name repeatedly. In one exchange from 2011, Epstein writes to his co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell, "The dog that hasn't barked is Trump," adding one of his victims spent hours with Trump at Epstein's home, but that Trump has never once been mentioned. House Republicans in the White House identifying the victim as Virginia Giuffre, who once worked at Trump's spa at Mar-a-Lago. Giuffre, in a sworn deposition in 2016, said she could not recall ever seeing Trump and Epstein together and said she never saw Trump do anything inappropriate. She died by suicide earlier this year. The White House insists the president did nothing wrong. Trump and Epstein were friends for more than a decade, but in 2019, when Epstein was arrested, Trump said the two hadn't spoken in 15 years. Stephen, the Republican Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, who initially resisted this effort, is now predicting this will get significant support from Republicans when he brings it to the floor for a vote tomorrow, George.
Rachel Scott, thanks. Let's get more on this from our chief Washington correspondent, John Karl. John, no question this is a big political shift. Legally, not so clear.
Yeah, look, George, politically, Donald Trump did everything in his power to prevent this vote from happening, and now suddenly he is calling on Republicans to vote in favor of releasing the Epstein files. Now, keep in mind, this is a reversal that comes as Donald Trump was on the verge of his biggest political defeat of his second term. He is essentially calling on Republicans to vote for something that many of them were already planning to vote for. None of this, although, means that these files will be released. If Trump wanted to release the Epstein files, he could do it right now. He could do it this morning. He could have done it last month. In his statement overnight, he said that Congress can have whatever they are, quote, legally entitled to have, which means, George, now he could use the excuse of an ongoing investigation, which he has also just called for, into Democrats, to block the release of the files.
Yeah, we're going to have to be watching that. Meantime, this is really, you said it would have been the president's biggest defeat. This has opened the biggest divide between President Trump and his MAGA movement.
It sure has. It's exposed this rift. For some of Trump's most fervent supporters, the issue of the Epstein files is of paramount importance. They have been calling for the release for years. For some of them, a significant number of them, it's even more important than their support for Donald Trump. That's why, George, two of the most diehard Trump supporters, at least until now, have led the charge on this: Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert.
John Karl, thanks very much. Robin?
And George, now to breaking news this morning. The FAA lifting restrictions on flights as a record number of people are expected to travel for Thanksgiving. Transportation correspondent Gio Benitez is at the airport here in New York with the latest. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, Robin, good morning. Yeah, some good news for travelers this morning here. Just about an hour ago, the FAA officially stopped reducing flights because of the shutdown and those air traffic control staffing issues. Now, you remember all of those issues. They lasted for weeks here, days of chaotic scenes with flight reductions at 40 major airports in the country. We saw those long lines, more than 11,000 canceled flights. But now airlines are expecting everything to be back to normal by Thanksgiving. In fact, some airlines like American and its regional partners say that they even plan to operate more flights than last year's Thanksgiving holiday. And by the way, just yesterday, just over 100 flights were canceled. So, Robin, things are looking much, much better now.
Yes, they are. And this comes, of course, as we're getting our first Thanksgiving travel forecast, shaping up to be the busiest ever, Gio?
Yeah, so we just got these numbers here from AAA, so let's show them to you right now here. So take a look at this, because they expect nearly 82 million Americans to travel this holiday period. That's actually 1.6 million more than last year. You remember that was record-breaking. This is a new record now. So no matter how you're planning to travel, it's a really good idea to schedule that travel for early in the morning. That way you can avoid a lot of the hassle later on, Robin.
That is true. All right, GR, thanks to you. Now, though, that deadly storm that slammed the West Coast, Ginger is standing by tracking the new threats. But first, let's go to Trevor Ault in Pacific Palisades. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Robin. And we still have these road closures in place here in the Palisades with more rainfall on the way and already a lot of falling debris. This has been an onslaught of rainfall through the weekend and deadly conditions. For perspective, in downtown Los Angeles just on Saturday, they saw double the rain totals they would typically see all of November.
This morning, at least 3 people killed by heavy rainstorms up and down California.
This road has just been crazy for the past 2 hours.
Dozens evacuated from their cars after a mudslide near Palm Springs. Residents bracing for more flash flooding, debris flows, and mudslides, which are especially a concern near burn scars. Topanga Canyon Boulevard, near where the Palisades fire raged, is closed through at least noon today as crews work to clear falling rocks and debris.
Evacuation warning.
And in Altadena, hard hit by the Eaton fire, police have been knocking on doors preparing residents to evacuate. Overnight, the body of a missing 7-year-old girl found off the coast of Big Sur after a multi-day search. That girl and her parents were swept out to sea by a large wave. The mother was rescued, but the father did not survive.
This beach is notorious for having very large waves and tidal influx that can come in quickly.
And while all the rain today is not expected to be as heavy or widespread as what we saw this weekend, you have to understand all of this topsoil in this terrain is absolutely saturated, so it would not take much to cause more potential mudslides and falling debris. George?
Okay, Trevor, thanks. Let's get more on this from Ginger in Marina Del Rey. Good morning, Ginger.
Hey, good morning, George. So we're going to see the heaviest rain late morning through early afternoon right here around Los Angeles and back into Santa Barbara. We have that same area that was we're looking at last week as a warning area, that yellow there. That's a level 2 out of 4. So up to 2 inches. We could see debris flows with that and definitely could see ponding on the roads. That'll slow traffic for sure, if not more. That heaviest line will pass through again. It's starting this morning, 7 a.m. closer to Santa Maria, but Los Angeles between, I'd say, 1 and 4 p.m. And then by 5, 6, that heavy rain moves off to the east. And then Las Vegas starts to get it by tomorrow morning, and western Arizona, too. So Prescott, Arizona could end up with 2 to 4 inches. Up into the mountains, we're talking 12 to 24 inches after they already had snow this weekend. Robin?
All right, Ginger, we'll get back to you in just a little bit. Thank you. Now to rising tensions in the Caribbean as the U.S. carried out the 21st known strike on an alleged drug trafficking boat and moved an aircraft carrier into the region. Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce is in Washington with the latest on all that. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Robin. Well, the president is expanding his campaign against drug cartels, surging firepower to the Caribbean and weighing potential strikes on Venezuela. All of it is raising questions about the president's end goal and what comes next. This morning, as the Trump administration ramps up the pressure on Venezuela, the president now says the U.S. may hold talks with the country's authoritarian leader, Nicolas Maduro.
We may be having some discussions with Maduro, and we'll see how that turns out. They would like to talk.
It comes amid a massive U.S. military buildup in the region. The world's largest aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald Ford, arriving in the Caribbean over the weekend. This powerful image showing it with 3 destroyers in tow, a B-52 bomber, and multiple fighter jets flying overhead. 15,000 military forces now operating in the Caribbean, the largest American presence in decades, part of a mission dubbed Operation Southern Spear. The U.S. also holding joint military exercises with Trinidad and Tobago this week, a country whose border is just 7 miles from Venezuela. It's a show of force meant to intimidate the Venezuelan leader. The State Department also announcing it's designating another cartel as a foreign terrorist organization, accusing Maduro of leading it himself. All this as the administration escalates its attacks on alleged drug smugglers, striking the 21st vessel over the weekend, now killing a total of 83 people. But the White House still has not provided any public evidence of any crimes committed or even identified those killed. And Trump is threatening to go even further and possibly strike on Venezuelan soil. Now, sources tell us that the president met here at the White House last week with top defense officials as he weighs next steps. The president then saying he has, quote, sort of made up his mind. Now, the White House is justifying all of these strikes by arguing that the U.S. is in a formal armed conflict and the drug cartels are deemed, quote, unlawful combatants. But some lawmakers on both sides of the aisle say the president is overstepping his authority. And the Venezuelan government is now accusing the U.S. of seeking regime change. George.
Mary Bruce, thanks. Now to the new immigration crackdown in North Carolina. Federal agents arrested dozens of people, including at least one American citizen, as protesters took to the streets. Faith Abube is in Charlotte with the story. Good morning, Faith.
Yeah, good morning to you, George. North Carolina's largest city is waking up on edge with the surge of Border Patrol agents here on the ground. The DHS dubbing this immigration crackdown Operation Charlotte's Web, which is triggering fear and some backlash here in this community.
This morning, dozens of people rounded up in an immigration crackdown in Charlotte, North Carolina. Customs and Border Patrol agents descending on the city this weekend in what the Trump administration is calling Operation Charlotte's Web. Masked agents seen here smashing this car window, ordering the man inside to get out. That man, Willie Aceituno, telling our affiliate WSOC he was stopped twice Saturday morning, but was released both times after showing proof he's a U.S. citizen.
Ask me, hey, give me your papers. Say, I'm scared because I give you 5 minutes ago.
The Department of Homeland Security says he was interfering with their operation. Throughout the administration's crackdown across the country, officials say they're targeting individuals with criminal records, quote, the worst of the worst. But federal data obtained through a Freedom of Information Act request lawsuit and published by the New York Times show fewer than 40% of those detained by ICE, which is leading DHS's nationwide crackdown, had criminal convictions. Roughly 8% have been convicted of a violent crime. Overnight, a DHS spokesperson insisting those stats are horrendously misleading and that the majority of those arrested by ICE have convictions or pending criminal charges.
And Robin, agents detained at least 80 people over the weekend. There were protests, but no major clashes between the agents and the community. DHS hasn't said exactly how long this operation will last, but sources tell ABC News that it could be short, and New Orleans, another Democrat-led city, may be next.
All right.
Robin.
We appreciate you being there for us, Faith. Now we have another large set of donations from philanthropist Mackenzie Scott, helping historically black colleges and universities. And Lara, I know you have those details for us. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Robin. Yes, Mackenzie Scott is paying it forward in a big way. The billionaire is on a mission to give most of her wealth away to charities, and she is putting her money where her mouth is, announcing she's donated more than $700 million to 15 historically black colleges and universities. Donations range from $19 million up to $80 million for the famed Howard University in Washington, D.C. And this follows a $70 million gift to the UNCF in September, prompting the CEO, Michael Lomax, to dub her St. Mackenzie Scott for making that transformational gift to the fund. Scott recently spoke about her own financial hardship when she was in college. In an essay she wrote for her philanthropic website, she says she thought of her roommate who loaned her $1,000 so that she could stay in school. And she thought of a local dentist who was kind enough to donate dental work when she had a broken tooth. She thought of those things when she was making those generous gifts. Scott was married to Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. She's said to be worth $30 billion. She has pledged to donate most of that wealth to nonprofit organizations.
And she keeps following through on that
yes,
pledge.
She does.
What a beautiful example of generosity.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right, Lara, thank you. Coming up, new at 7:30, the big news in the O.J. Simpson case this morning and the reaction from the family of Ron Goldman.
Plus, only on GMA, the major news about the price of Wegovy and what people without insurance should know. Dr. Narula is here.
And Will has an exclusive with the former college basketball player banned for life. Hey there, Will.
Hey, Robin, good morning. He was a star Division I player living his dream, and now he admits he got caught up in a betting scandal. He told me how it all went down, why he did it, and this morning his warning to other young athletes, guys.
We'll be right back.
Dolly Parton is getting celebrated for working well beyond 9 to 5, receiving an honorary Oscar from the Academy of Motion Pictures. We'll have all the details. More on the other honorees, including Debbie Allen and Tom Cruise, who may still be dancing at last night's Governor's Awards. That's coming up in Pop News.
First new at 7:30, firefighters from multiple agencies battled a massive fire yesterday at a decommissioned power plant in Texas. No injuries were reported, but the huge blaze could be seen for miles. A public safety alert was issued as the site smoldered for hours after it was contained. Also, New York Jets player remains hospitalized after being shot in Midtown Manhattan early Sunday morning. Officials say Chris Boyd was shot in the abdomen around 2 a.m. He's in critical condition. Police are looking for a man who they say fled the scene. And there is a winner. The $980 million Mega Millions ticket was sold in Georgia on Friday night. The lump sum before taxes is about $450 million. Tonight's Powerball drawing has a jackpot of up to $570 million.
So there's still a chance for others. We're going to turn now to the new twist in the O.J. Simpson case. Simpson's estate has signed off on a payment of nearly $58 million to the family of Ron Goldman, who was murdered along with Simpson's ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson. Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katersky has the details for us. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, Robin. 3 decades after O.J. Simpson lost a wrongful death suit, his estate says it's finally ready to pay. This morning, more than 30 years after he was acquitted of murdering his ex-wife Nicole Brown and her friend Ron Goldman, the estate of O.J. Simpson has agreed to pay Goldman's father nearly $58 million.
Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder.
After his acquittal, Simpson was found liable for the deaths in a civil trial and ordered to pay more than $33 million. The interest has been growing ever since. Simpson died of cancer last year at 76, and at the time, Goldman's family said they'd received almost nothing. An auction of Simpson's belongings earlier this year raised about $300,000, but the executor of his estate, Malcolm Laverne, told our Las Vegas affiliate there's a long way to go to cover Simpson's debts.
I'm hoping to get an estate that's somewhere in the neighborhood of close to $500,000. $500,000 compared to $70 million, $80 million with these liens. It's not realistic to think that that judgment is going to be satisfied.
The estate plans to auction off more items, but there's another problem.
After he died, there was this California tax lien that broadsided me.
He says unpaid tax claims in California top $635,000. The Goldmans have been trying for decades to get what they're owed. In 2007, they were awarded the rights to Simpson's book, If I Did It, which included his so-called hypothetical description of the murders. Now, accepting the Goldmans' claim acknowledges the debt O.J. Simpson owed. Actually paying it is something else. And this morning, the Goldmans say they are going to fight for as much as possible. But it's a real question whether they'll see any money, really.
Okay, Aaron, thanks very much. Now to an ABC News exclusive interview with the former college basketball player banned for life after an NCAA investigation into sports betting. He spoke with Will Reeve. Will's in Los Angeles. Good morning, Will.
Good morning, George. It's time. That's the simple phrase Sidquavius Hunter and his teammates would use to let each other know it was time to start missing shots or taking it easy on defense, all for what Hunter calls easy cash. Now Hunter is living with the consequences and felt it was time to come clean to others who might throw away the dream like he did.
You can be doing something you love, and next thing you know, it's gone.
Day Hunter is going to try another three, and he will knock it down.
He was a starting shooting guard with a smooth three-point shot. But now, Sidquavius Day Hunter is banned for life from the NCAA, embroiled in a gambling scandal. An NCAA investigation found Hunter and 2 of his University of New Orleans teammates engaged in point shaving, manipulating their on-court performance to influence the outcome of select games for betting purposes. At least 7 New Orleans games were under the microscope, including this one last December against McNeese State.
That's Hunter once again. This time he hits the three-pointer.
Did point shave. I mean, I did go out there and not do my best. Basically shooting the ball and not actually trying to make it, but making it. Like make a couple and miss a couple.
Hunter says players were approached by an unidentified bettor out of Las Vegas who likely saw green flags in the form of dollar signs.
The way they did it, they'll look at the record. They're like, yeah, it's a better chance that they lose by a certain spread.
Were you worried about the consequences if you tried to point shave and failed and you lost that better money?
95%. We were going to get the job done.
Text messages recovered by investigators from teammate Daquavian Short's phone included an exchange between Short and Hunter in which they discussed receiving $5,000 for their participation in the scheme.
I was money hungry. That's all it was, money hungry. Fast cash.
What did you want to do with that money?
Skip that question.
I see some emotion on your face here. Can you explain why?
I mean, I don't know.
Hunter getting up from our interview to go compose himself. He returned ready to share his story and his motive.
What was the motivation for the money?
Basically, I had a child. I just had a child. So like the school wasn't paying me money, so like I was trying to get money to actually take care of my child.
So you had a newborn baby to take care of. And here comes this scheme that's going to get you money to take care of your kid. What are you going to tell that child when they grow up and they're old enough to learn about this?
Don't do what daddy did.
Hunter initially denied his culpability to investigators.
You lied to the NCAA?
I did.
What did you say?
I told him I wasn't doing it. I told him like I didn't know anything, but the whole time, basically I knew everything. But I was trying to lie because I thought I was going to get my way out of it.
For this young man who had big hoop dreams, he hopes his cautionary tale can serve as a warning.
Don't follow my step and don't do the same thing I did. Don't make the mistake I made.
The NCAA said in a statement to ABC News that it, quote, operates the largest integrity monitoring program of any sports league in the country and educates hundreds of thousands of student athletes about the dangers of sports betting. But lawmakers, regulators, and gaming companies need to do more to eliminate risky prop bets and crack down on gray market operators. Sidquavius Hunter still dreams of playing basketball somewhere, guys.
Okay, Will Reeve, thanks very much.
Now, an ABC News exclusive about the popular GLP-1 weight loss medication Wegovy. Drug maker Novo Nordisk is announcing this morning that it is making the medication more affordable for those without insurance coverage. And our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Narula, is here with that story. A lot of people watching this.
Absolutely, Robin. You know, these medications have really changed the weight loss game. I got the chance to sit down with the executive vice president of U.S. operations for Novo Nordisk, who hopes the benefits of their GLP-1 can now reach a wider audience while stopping the use of non-FDA approved and counterfeit versions. What is the major news that you are announcing this morning?
For self-paying patients. Starting today, patients can access Wegovy and Ozempic for $199 a month for the first few months, and then it moves to $349 a month.
Both of the popular GLP weight loss medications, including Eli Lilly's Zepbound, cost about $500 a month for those paying without insurance. Starting today, the self-pay price of Wegovy will drop to $349 a month, and self-pay patients can get the first 2 months of the lowest doses for $199. $349 is about what patients might pay for non-FDA approved compound versions. For so long, the drugs were very expensive. Why now? Why the price reduction?
It really builds on some of the announcements that came out last week at the White House, where we've committed to expanding access and lowering the prices. We're pulling this forward a few months to start now instead of waiting until 2026.
In the U.S. alone, there's close to 100 million people living with obesity. Making these medications more affordable could help millions with obesity-related illnesses, including chronic kidney disease, MASH liver disease, and cardiovascular disease. In fact, a recent large study of semaglutide, the active ingredient in Wegovy, found it reduced the risk of major cardiovascular events like heart attack and stroke. And we know that cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death in this country for men and women.
Absolutely. And it's so closely related to obesity and diabetes. And the fact that we are able to prove that there is a risk reduction is a really important element.
And on the horizon, non-injectable weight loss medications in the form of a daily pill, which they say will be even less expensive when available, starting at $149 a month.
We're very excited. The fact that we can have an oral GLP-1, which we'll call Wegovy pill, should be coming by the end of the year.
Moore told me the daily pill will be available in multiple doses, like the weekly injections, and effectiveness is anticipated to be very close to the injections. For now, competitor Eli Lilly has not made an announcement about reducing costs this year, and they too have a GLP-1 pill seeking FDA approval that they hope is available by next summer, starting at $149 a month, too.
Eli Lilly is Zepbound, so that price is still up?
Yes, that price is still around $499 per month, and they have not announced yet that they will be reducing costs. We expected both companies to do that in the coming year, and it's unclear if Eli Lilly will essentially make that decision now in response to what Novo Nordisk is doing, or wait until closer to next spring, summer, when the government is expected to have that lower price point. But the bottom line is the competition is good for patients, and you know, I asked David Muir about the competition, and he said, look, we challenge each other, we keep each other sharp, and at the end of the day, it's about advancing the science.
All right, but what about those that are on Medicare and Medicaid when it comes to these types of medications.
Well, Robin, so in the past, Medicare has not been able to cover just weight loss medicines alone, but that changed this month. What the White House announced that they will be changing this rule around obesity coverage. So about 10% of Medicare recipients will be eligible, and they will fall into 3 different groups, and the copay will be about $50. Those groups are overweight with underlying cardiovascular disease or prediabetes, obese with underlying uncontrolled heart failure, kidney failure, or hypertension, and then the last group is those who are severely obese with a BMI of over 35.
All right.
And Medicaid expect to do the same to follow suit.
Thank you for doing that report with the gentleman. Thank you. Good to see you doing that story for us. Thank you. Thank you.
Lara is back with our play of the day. I should say plays of the day.
Yes, exactly. Very well done, George. Yeah, so good morning, everyone. First, tonight's Monday night football game will be full of emotions. The Las Vegas Raiders hosting the Dallas Cowboys in their first game since teammate Marshawn Nealon died. That game, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on ABC and ESPN. Now, as for last night, the late game was a marquee NFC matchup. The defending Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia Eagles, hosting the Detroit Lions, taking them down in a low-scoring game that highlighted that Eagles defense. The final score, Eagles 16, Lions 9. The other matchups, 5 of them decided by last-second field goals, including this one by Broncos kicker Will Lutz to give Denver a 22-19 win over the Chiefs. Kansas City falls to 5-5 now in what's becoming a very disappointing season for Patrick Mahomes and that guy. The Chicago Bears and Minnesota Vikings also had a thriller in the NFC North with just 50 seconds left in the game. The Vikings, there it is, a touchdown to take a 17-16 lead. The Bears returner Devin Duvernay, though, taking the ensuing kickoff 56 yards, booking down the field to the Minnesota 40-yard line, and then with no time left, Bears kicker Cairo Santos connects on a 48-yarder to give the Bears a 20-19 win. Wow, nail-biters all around this season. Just does not disappoint, guys.
5 games going like that.
It's good. It's good stuff.
It is really good stuff. But you were sleeping, Joe. Come on now.
No, last night I was up. Last night was my wild night.
Okay, it was Saturday night.
Saturday night, 8 p.m. Yep. Night.
Coming up, Oprah's favorite things on Deals and Steals. Got gift ideas starting at less than $10. Come on back. Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Breaking news ready for takeoff. The FAA lifts flight restrictions at major airports with record Thanksgiving travel expected. Gio Benitez is tracking what you need to know ahead of the holiday.
Grey's Anatomy star James Pickens Jr. reveals he has prostate cancer. His message to other men. Plus, Dr. Narula is here with what to know about treatment, diagnosis, and who's most at risk.
And savings that shine.
You're going to love what we have. It's our best year yet.
Deals and steals on Oprah's favorite things. Holiday gifts for everyone on your list. As Oprah says,
good morning, America.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Monday. Good morning, America.
No one says it like Oprah.
I was thinking exactly the same thing.
We're getting in the holiday spirit this morning. Chef Anna Francese Gass is making some holiday magic. Thanksgiving dinner you can make on a sheet pan. A sheet pan. Wow.
We're also going to tell you what you need to know about prices at the supermarket as the president rolls back some of his tariffs on food. First look at the top stories breaking today. We start with that breaking news this morning. The FAA is lifting restrictions on flights as a record number of people are expected to travel for Thanksgiving. I want to go back to transportation correspondent Gio Benitez at LaGuardia Airport. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, George, good morning. Yeah, this is some good news. Yeah, the FAA officially stopped reducing flights after the shutdown there, and of course, because of those air traffic control staffing issues. So you remember the mess we saw all across the country, right? These flight restrictions were in place the past few weeks here. We saw days of chaotic scenes at 40 major airports in the country, long lines, more than 11,000 flights canceled. A lot of passengers were concerned about that. Now airlines are expecting everything to be back to normal by Thanksgiving. In fact, some airlines like American They say that they're even planning to operate more flights than last year's Thanksgiving holiday. And now we are getting our very first look at that travel forecast, and it is expected to break records. Take a look at the numbers here. These are from AAA. They expect nearly 82 million Americans to travel this holiday period. That's actually 1.6 million more than last year, and that makes it a new record. I want you to remember this. Whether you're flying or whether you're driving, try to get going early in the morning whenever you're traveling. That's your best bet at avoiding a lot of these issues, Robin.
I know you can't stress that enough, Gio. Thank you so much. Now, the rising cost of food as the Trump administration says it is rolling back some tariffs in an effort to bring prices down. Elizabeth Schulze is in Washington with the details. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Hey, good morning, Robin. After Democrats successfully ran on the issue of affordability in elections this month, the White House is now lowering tariffs on more than 200 foods. This includes coffee, beef, and fruits, whose prices have spiked in the past year. The U.S. doesn't produce these in big quantities, so they are more at risk from tariffs. Okay, so when can you expect relief at the store? Analysts say that prices for bananas or coffee could marginally come down in the next couple of months. Generally, grocery prices do adjust pretty quickly to tariffs because retailers can't stockpile them or they will spoil, but some grocers might decide not to cut prices at all if demand is still strong for those foods. A couple other factors at play here. Take beef, which is at a record high. We talked to the CEO of Omaha Steaks, who had predicted that ground beef could surge to $10 a pound in the middle of next year, up from about $6 on average right now. He says that a low supply of cattle in the U.S. means that prices will keep rising even with these tariff changes. So the bottom line, these tariff rollbacks could slightly lower costs, but as one economist told me, that will ultimately depend on what retailers think that they can get away with, Robin.
I got to keep that part of it in mind. But Elizabeth, what are some food items that are going down in price right now?
So overall, Robin, grocery prices are up nearly 3% in the past year, but there have been a couple staples that are going down. Butter and margarine, you can see there, rice, eggs, peanut butter, all of those are at least a little bit cheaper right now than they were compared to this time last year.
Oh, remember the eggs crisis that we had a while back?
I'm happy to talk about egg prices going down at least a little bit for once.
That's it. All right, Elizabeth, thank you.
Thank you, Robin. Coming up on our GMA morning menu, Grey's Anatomy star James Pickens Jr. reveals he has prostate cancer. He wants the word to get out, and Dr. Narula is here with what men should know about testing and treatment.
Also had the big news about Black Panther 3. Lara will have details in pop news.
And Troy Johnson, Oprah Daily Creative Director Adam Glassman here with great gift ideas from the new Oprah's Favorite Things. Let's all 50% off. Larry, you also have a special guest.
Yes, I do, George. Josh Hutcherson is with us today. We've got a sneak peek at his highly anticipated sequel to Five Nights at Freddy's. Would you like to sign our new wall?
I would love to sign
it. It would be our honor. Wonderful. We will also ask Josh if there is another Hunger Games in his future. We'll discuss it coming up on Good Morning America. Stay with us.
We're back with our GMA cover story. Grey's Anatomy star James Pickens Jr. announced that he's been diagnosed with prostate cancer. And Maggie Ruleigh's here with the story. Good morning, Maggie.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, James has been an advocate for prostate cancer awareness for more than 15 years and says it was that diligent screening that saved his life. He says he's now working off-screen and on-screen to help remove the stigma around prostate health. This morning, actor James Pickens Jr. revealing that as his character, Dr. Richard Webber, revealed his cancer diagnosis on screen in the mid-season finale of Grey's Anatomy.
He gave me my biopsy results. I have cancer.
Off-screen, James was going through his own cancer journey, announcing he was diagnosed with a rare form of prostate cancer earlier this year.
I've been getting prostate exams since I was 41, I'm 73 now. And it was just part of my regular annual physical. And I just made sure I was on top of it. My family history is such that I had to keep an eye on it. My father had it, I think a couple of his brothers. I have some first cousins who had it.
Pickens, who's been playing Dr. Webber on the show for more than 20 years, underwent a prostatectomy to remove the tumor. These days, James says he's doing well.
I had my last PSA blood test results in September, and they came back as what they call undetectable. So at this point, I'm cancer-free.
James says he hopes his message reaches others, particularly
Black men.
It's very prevalent in our community, and a lot of it goes undetected. So I wanted to do my little part to get the word out to say, go get screened.
Prostate cancer is the most common cancer after skin cancer for men and the second leading cause of cancer deaths. Rates of prostate cancer are higher among Black men, and they are more than twice as likely to die from the disease compared to white men. James says prior to the diagnosis, he experienced no symptoms.
Early stage prostate cancer, the one typically detected with a blood test, really doesn't produce any symptoms.
Experts say prostate cancer screening is individualized, but can help find a diagnosis early.
Maybe we can stop a lot of this unnecessary folks leaving here before they have to.
James tells us that after his diagnosis, he actually brought the idea to Grey's Anatomy and asked that if his character, Dr. Weber, could mirror his own cancer journey, saying he wanted to use his platform to start a discussion about men and prostate cancer. And guys, he tells us that if all of this can save just one life, well, then it would have been worth it.
To step up like that. Maggie, thank you so much. And now we're going to talk more about this, George.
We are. We have Dr. Narula is back. Let's talk about screening. First, who should be getting tested? What does that involve?
Yeah, well, George, 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer, about 300,000 new cases this year alone. And you heard it's the second leading cause of death for men after lung cancer. However, most men actually don't die from prostate cancer. When it's found, typically about 78% are localized disease. Now, the important thing to know is that there are risk factors. So you heard in the piece being African American, having a family history, and typically older men, older than 65. It is rare to see it under the age of 40. In terms of symptoms, you heard as well, tends to be in some cases asymptomatic. If men do have symptoms, it may be things like urinary frequency, difficulty urinating, blood in the urine, also fatigue, back pain. Those can be some other signs. Now, in terms of screening, what's interesting is the American Cancer Society has said this should be a shared decision-making between the patient and the doctor, where you discuss the benefits, the risks, and also the uncertainties around screening. That discussion should happen at age 50 for most men who have an average life expectancy over 10 years. However, if you have a family history of a first-degree relative, meaning a father or a brother who had early prostate cancer before 65, or you're African American, then that discussion should happen at age 40 to 45. How do you screen? Well, as well, the PSA, we touched on that too. That's a blood test, a very simple blood test. And that happens every 1 to 2 years up until the age of 70 to 75. Now, it's important to note that the PSA can be elevated in cases that are not significant for cancer. There are other things that can cause that, and ultimately diagnosis is made with tissue, with a biopsy specimen.
And if you get it early, it can be treated.
It can, and so there are different ways to treat it. So there's observation, there's surgery, there's radiation, there's hormone therapy, and all of that really depends on the age of the patient, their health goals, their underlying health conditions or status, and essentially, the overall risk group and stage of the cancer.
Dr. Narula?
95%, 97% survival at 5 years.
That is huge.
Yes.
Thanks very much. Let's go to Larry with Pop News.
All right, thank you, George. And we're going to begin this morning with the countdown to country music's biggest night. We are just 2 days away from the 59th annual CMA Awards. This morning, we have an exclusive list of some of the A-list presenters added to the roster. Guys, there he is. Landman Billy Bob Thornton will be there. Only Murders in the Building star Steve Martin will as well. The cast of 911 Nashville, Chris O'Donnell, Jessica Capshaw, Leanne Rimes, as well as Elizabeth Hurley and Tell Me Lies star Grace Van Patten. They have all confirmed they will be presenting, as well as country music stars Keith Urban and the band Lady A. They've been added to this already star-studded list of special guests.
But wait, there's more. You are going to be a presenter as well. You're not just ignoring it. Yes.
I am very excited. I will be presenting Male Vocalist of the Year.
Oh, that's a biggie.
And let me just practice. And the nominees are Luke Combs, Cody Johnson, Chris Stapleton, Morgan Wallen, and Zach Top.
You're hired. You're hired.
We'll find out at the 59th Annual CMA Awards. It airs Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on ABC, and it streams the next day on Hulu.
We're excited for you.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
What to wear.
Oh, you'll be beautiful.
Thanks, Rob. Thank you. Hey, movie award season also heating up. The Oscars set for March. The Academy has gotten the party started early. They did it last night at their 16th Annual Governors Awards. They honored Tom Cruise, Dolly Parton, Debbie Allen, and production designer Wynn Thomas. for his work on films like A Beautiful Mind, Hidden Figures, and Do the Right Thing. Alan was, of course, honored for her impact as a choreographer, a dancer, and an actor. And Tom Cruise for his incredible stunt work and his long-standing commitment to the theatrical experience. Cruise and Allen later celebrated on the dance floor. That video now going viral online. Yes, yeah, Tom. Dolly Parton received the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award for her work well beyond 9 to 5, her ongoing generosity and her charity work. She was not able to attend. She sent that video you see there.
Yeah,
she does look great. Look, she's wearing gold. Perfectly done there, Dolly. We love you so much. And we want to congratulate all 4 of these very special award recipients. Very well deserved. The 98th Oscars takes place Sunday, March 15th, right here on ABC.
And you're going to be a presenter.
No. Darn. But I will be there. I will be there. I might have to bring you guys too this year.
Okay.
We'll discuss. Also this morning, we're heading back to Wakanda. Wakanda Forever. Over the weekend, director Ryan Coogler confirmed he is working on the next installment on the Black Panther franchise. Ryan telling Deadline at an event in Los Angeles that Black Panther 3 will be the next movie in his schedule and that he's already hard at work on the script. The first 2 Black Panther movies raked in a combined $2 billion at the box office, making history, breaking records all at the same time. That was 2018 and 2022. Feels like a long time ago. We are ready.
And we'll be thinking of Chadwick.
Yeah,
of course.
Of course we will. And then finally, we're spreading Christmas cheer early this year thanks to Mariah Carey, who has broken her own record, guys. Mariah's hit single, All I Want for Christmas, that was made 31 years ago, and it has once again hit the Billboard Hot 100 chart this year earlier than ever. October 31st, it made its first appearance. This Christmas classic has gone on to rack up nearly 10 million streams in the first week of November, or in the first week of November. So only getting bigger and bigger as the season goes.
As it should.
As it should.
It is catchy.
It sure is.
All right. Oh, you hear that jingle. It's time now for Deals and Steals. Tori Johnson and Oprah Daily creative director Adam Glassman are here with great gift ideas for the new Oprah Favorite Things list.
Oh yeah, and this segment is sponsored by PayPal. We have so many great deals to get you started on your holiday list, including Oprah Favorites.
I know, we're starting with softies. This is a cocoon of coziness, as Oprah called it.
Yes.
Velvety soft. This is a double zip jacket. It looks great over everything. You can wear it during the day, you can wear it post-workout. You name it, the colors are super wonderful and flattering for all sizes.
Everybody's winning over these, especially because they're 50% off.
No, can't beat that.
Okay, bathing is Oprah's hobby. She loves Lalia by Margot Elena. These products are gorgeous. They're just beautifully packaged. Look at this one right here.
Gorgeous.
This bubble bath that does the perfect bubbles. Hand creams and shower gels, you name it, we have it all. Really great stocking stuffers.
Plus,
really
you guys
pretty.
always love the packaging. The
We
packaging
do.
matters.
Packaging is key.
Yep.
I mean, God is in the details, as Oprah says, and they know how to do it well.
All 50% off starting at $12. They put online a special advent that you guys have to see too.
Oh,
Go to our
good.
website. It's a really good one. All right.
Eyewear is an accessory to Oprah. She loves peepers. She loves to really match her outfits to her eyeglasses.
I noticed that.
And vice
I noticed
versa.
that. Right.
Exactly. Look how great these look on you.
Oh, wow.
Bold and stylish and sophisticated anti-scratch lenses. This is a great gift for the friend of yours who has to squint at menus. And the prices are so good.
Yes.
The price is so good, you're going to want some for yourself.
When you say squint at menus, I'm already thinking of like 5 or 6 people on the list.
I know.
Who fall into that category, including me. All 50% off starts at $12.50.
So stylish. So stylish.
Okay, from Brook & Co. These are travel accessories that keep you organized on the go. This jewelry case, created for us in patent leather, has all of these different compartments for your rings, your earrings, plus a mirror. Zip it up and just pop it into your purse or your overnight bag.
Pretty.
They're so nice.
All these
this
colors.
one is very clever because you can put your eyewear in here and your jewelry. Keeps it from tangling and getting scratched. You just go like that and you pop it in your bag. Really good.
And you know what's even more amazing? Every option here, $10 to $15 with our deal. The prices are phenomenal on these.
Okay.
What do we have here?
Hot sauce is in abundance at Oprah's house. She and Stedman love it. This is called Spring's Fireplace. The peppers are grown in Long Island. There is no sugar added, no preservatives, low in salt. You get a whole gift set of the tesqui. Then you have the ahi pepper with mango and with peach.
Wow.
They elevate every meal. It's the right amount of heat and flavor, not too hot, not too sweet. You name it, you can put it on everything from eggs to meat.
And whether you give a single bottle or the set, it's something that they probably don't have.
That's
These are all 50% off, starting at $7.
This is great.
They make a great hostess gift.
And its
Really,
color
truly.
is so beautiful.
That's a great idea.
It's a
That's
really
a great idea,
good
Adam.
one. Okay, any dog lover will love Pride and Groom. It's the best smelling grooming products out there. Human grade ingredients, essential oils. We were really feel that. I know this one is really good. That mitt. We are obsessed with this mitt that comes with shampoo because you can massage your dog and cleanse him or her at the same time.
Oh.
It's really good.
It's
All the
really-
products
it is
are
really,
wonderful.
It's the best thing you can give to a dog owner because they're gonna love you all year round when they get to sniff their little puppy and see how delicious they smell.
I know.
All 50% off starts at $10. The scent is just it's unbelievable.
I love how you thought of everything.
Journaling is something Oprah's done since she's a little girl. She thinks it can transform your life, as it does hers, of course. This is our brand new journal, Nightly Reflections. 5 questions you ask yourself every day. Easy breezy. You take a pulse of the day. It's a perfect gift for someone who wants to figure out what's next in their life.
What am I thankful for today? What do I know for sure? What impact did I have? What is my intention for tomorrow? These are all great questions.
Really
and I love that you don't have a
Question.
blank page. A lot of times journaling is so hard when you have a blank page.
Right.
You don't know where to start, so those prompts are key. You have these really amazing conversation cards that are great that you can either do yourself to start or end the day with by yourself or your family.
How do you limit yourself?
They're
Why do you wish you
really
could
good.
spend
I
more
like
time?
them during the holiday dinner table. I pass them around at Thanksgiving. They're great at Christmas time. You do it in the morning when you're going to set your intention for the day, have a cup of coffee or tea.
They're fabulous.
They really
you
are.
Really,
Yeah.
they get you thinking. All of these from Oprah Daily, slashed in half, starting at $15. Phenomenal gifts.
And Tori, you have even more deals.
We do. We have even more deals
yeah.
that come in our holiday window. You guys, you can save 50% off every single brand that's in our holiday window, including dazzling jewelry from Daniela Slave or orthotic footwear from Revitalign. We really have kind of covered everything, plus 47 other brands. Again, all 50% off, just like these Oprah
And it's
favorites.
so festive. Please come on down here.
Yes.
It is just so beautiful to see the windows. You've done a great job. We thank these companies for these deals. You can scan the QR code or head right to gmadeals.com to check out the products. Tori, Adam, what you doing tomorrow?
We'll be back here.
You
More
heard it.
deals.
They'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you know who's here today? Josh Hutcherson is here to tell us about his new movie and more.
Welcome back to GMA, live from New York City.
And live with Josh Hutcherson. He's been starring in movies his whole life, including The Hunger Games. Now he's back in the new horror film, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Welcome back. Great to see you. Do you all remember Five Nights at Freddy's? Talk about the sequel.
The sequel is just, it's actually better than the first one, I think. It's like a rare thing where you take something that was very successful that the fans really loved, and we just up the ante. It's scarier. There's more animatronics in it for the fans. It's intense. It's very intense.
All right. Well, let's take a look.
Yeah.
Let's take a look right now.
Maybe I could go see my friends.
You mean like your friends from school?
I meant Chica and the others. Those friends.
Look, Abs, we talked about this. Okay, you can't go back there. They're broken.
Oh.
They're broken.
Yeah, I know.
They're broken. Or are they?
Or are they? I don't have to tell you, there is a huge, big fan base for this. Do you have had any funny encounters with folks who see the film?
Yeah, the fan base for the FNAF fandom is out of control. They're incredible. I just recently went to Halloween Horror Nights, like a Universal thing where they make the theme park into all the mazes, and they had a Five Nights at Freddy's maze there. And the lineup was literally an hour and a half waiting to go into this
For the
maze.
ride.
Wow. Yeah, for the walkthrough. And everyone was decked out head to toe in like homemade costumes. It's like the fandom is next level.
That's
amazing.
nice. Have you always been a horror did you always want to do it? Did you like seeing them as a kid?
I've always, I mean, I saw a lot of movies that I shouldn't have seen way too young. But yes, I've always loved horror. I love the genre. I think and throughout history too, horror and sci-fi have always been cool ways of making kind of interesting stories in weird worlds that are talking about modern day problems or things like that. So I've always loved the genre.
You just teed me up perfectly. Thank you for that.
Okay,
Speaking
you're
of
welcome.
fandom, we teased it, The Hunger Games. We love you as PETA. You know that there's this prequel coming. Is there a world where you can envision? I'm hoping you've heard like by phone that PETA's coming back. Is there anything you can share with us?
It would be a dream come true.
Okay, so you're very open.
I'm very good. I mean, like working with that whole team, the cast. Pete's an amazing character. I love him so much, and so for me, I would be over the moon to be back on that set.
Robin and I were remembering.
I was just saying that
we were
with Jennifer.
just talking. You were like little kids.
Yeah.
You and Jennifer Lawrence, and we had so much fun interviewing you before it came out.
Yeah, that's right.
And we said this is going to be huge.
Yeah. You guys knew? I didn't know. No one told me.
No, there was something about it. There was something about it, but who could have foreseen?
No,
as big as a god.
You can't expect that. Wow. But yeah, I mean, I missed that whole team. They're the best.
You have a fun new role in this HBO show, I Love LA.
Yeah, I love LA. I was just telling you guys, I moved to New York, was trying to live here, literally landed, and my team called me and they're like, hey, you got cast in this great HBO show, come back to Silver Lake, Los Angeles. I was like, okay, I'll try to get out of my lease. But it's a really funny show. It's kind of like Entourage meets Girls meets like Seinfeld all of a sudden. It's like very funny. I play like a normal dude, like a Spanish teacher, which is like most of my characters are like trying to survive some kind of crazy thing. So for me to play just a normal man is like a real departure,
It must be
I
a
guess.
lovely day.
Yeah, real departure. Just kind of guy. Yeah, really stretching me out there, you know. But it's a very funny show. The cast is incredible, and yeah, it's great.
You show such great range in these projects that you're involved in.
Thank you so much.
And you're busy. You're just
nonstop. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so great. Congratulations. Well deserved.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, of course.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is in theaters December 5th.
We can reveal that the Beatles are coming back to our screens. Yes, for the first time ever. Their newly restored docuseries, The Anthology, will be available to stream, and we've got the world premiere of the trailer right now. Check it out.
We were just a band, a great little band.
Now you can hear it from us, what it was like to be a Beatle.
You know, everybody got into the mania.
The demand on us was tremendous.
With the anthology, we had the opportunity to get together in a new light. Everything we did for good. Nothing will ever break the love we have for each other.
Can't wait. The Beatles Anthology begins streaming November 26th on Disney+.
All right, we are counting down to Thanksgiving, and we are all about making things easier during the holidays. Love this idea. We're going to make Thanksgiving dinner right here on a sheet pan. Anna Gass, host of the series Instant Italian, author of the cookbook Italian Snacking. She is with us right now to show us how it's done. And we're going to start with everybody's favorite, my favorite certainly, the stuffing. This is an apple and sausage stuffing. How do we get started?
So we're going to start in a Dutch oven, or just a nice big pot, a little bit of oil. We're going to put in all of our fixings.
This is about a full apple?
A full apple,
Diced?
yes. Onions, and then sausage.
All of this onion?
Yeah, get it in there.
Love that.
Yeah, nice and oniony. Salt, pep, oregano, and then you're going to get your sausage in and just start cooking
that goes in
down.
right away? You don't want to brown the onion first?
No, you can brown it a little bit, or you can also just throw it right in if you want.
All right, fine.
A big piece of apple.
Let's
in
go.
there. And then that's going to start cooking down. It's going to get nice and juicy and browned up. Then we're going to move over here.
Okay.
And it's all cooked down beautifully.
So then we talk about the bread, because the bread choice, everybody has their opinions. What do you say, Anna?
I mean, I'm Italian. I'm always going to go for a ciabatta.
Yeah.
I think you just pick whatever bread you like. It's nice if it's a day old, because it starts to get a little hard, and it's going to absorb all of these flavors,
Oh, that's
right?
a good trick. I didn't know that. So
yeah, stale bread is a good thing for once, right?
Love that. Okay, so and then we're adding the, do I do it?
Nope. So first we're going to do some wine, because we really want to build these flavors up, right? So it's some nice white wine. Let that simmer in here.
It smells so good, Anna.
It's going to smell really, really great. Then we're going to add all of our bread, right?
Okay.
Get that all in there, right? And now let's add our chicken broth, chicken stock, whatever you have. You can buy it right at the store.
Do you have a preference?
I like the stock. It's got a little bit more flavor to it.
Okay.
We're gonna mix this up. Get this, nice and soaked. You really want the bread to absorb all of those flavors,
Goodness,
right?
It looks so good. So then this is when it gets fun, because once this is all ready to go, you break out the pan.
I break out the sheet pan.
Yeah.
This is great for a Friendsgiving. This is great if you just get intimidated. It's your first Thanksgiving and you don't want to deal with a big bird, right?
Right. So that's what you see right here is that you don't do the full bird. You spread out the stuffing, and then tell us a little bit about the meat.
Right. So we spread out the stuffing on the bottom. That's your bed, right? Now you're going to put your turkey on top. Get it cut up, and then you're going to get butter and put it under the skin. Then you're gonna take all of the salt, the pepper, every piece is gonna get lots and lots of seasoning. I have my own spice blend. It's garlic powder, onion powder, all the Italian flavors going on there.
Will you share that with us?
Absolutely, my Italian spice blend.
Okay.
That's gonna go on, so every piece gets a lot of seasoning. This is gonna go in the oven for 1 hour.
So your stuffing goes in wet. This turkey goes on it. They both go into the oven together.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
So you're not making a huge mess. You've got this one pan going.
And now your hands are free, right?
Yep.
So you can deal with desserts, antipasti, and you can make your gravy.
Yep.
So we have our gravy here. We can make it right in the same pot that you made the stuffing.
Yeah, and why do you like to do that? Just for simplicity?
One less pot,
Yep,
and there's
one less-
flavors in
okay.
there. There's some residual flavor in there. Look at this, right on top.
And do you do anything, once your turkey is done, you take the turkey off of the sheet pan?
Yep.
And then do you put the stuffing back in the oven?
You have that option. Now, my son, he loves a mushy stuffing. If you like it really nice and crispy and crunchy, get your turkey off, put it on your serving platter, tent it so it stays warm, put the stuffing back in 5-10 minutes, nice and crispy and crunchy.
So good. All right, and the gravy that you just talked about.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what you did with that.
So the gravy was real simple. It's just more of that chicken stock, a little bit of onion, a little bit of salt and pepper, just simmer it down with some flour. Then once you take your stuffing out, you can do mix-ins.
Oh my yum.
Whatever you want.
I love the
I
like the idea of the cranberry. I love
dried
the idea
cranberry.
of the
You know
almonds.
what? I also love dried cherries. You can do toasted almonds, toasted walnuts, pecans, or pecans.
There's really no
Whatever.
wrong.
No wrong.
Yep.
There's no wrong. It's what you want.
And the name of the book, everybody, is Italian Snacking. Anna is so talented. You do want to check these recipes out because they're also really easy. And this whole thing was just 2 pans. It was the one pot and the one pan.
Anybody can do Thanksgiving.
And tell us again about the show.
My show is called Instant Italian. It is
So
on the
good.
FYI network. It's a great
FYI.
show. Easy, simple Italian food. I want everybody in the kitchen cooking. Anyone can do it.
You really have helped me over the years. I can't thank you enough. And hopefully we've helped you make Thanksgiving just a little bit easier.
Absolutely.
Anna will be back on GMA3 with more Thanksgiving sheet pan recipes for you. The less to clean up, the better. Coming up, a train trip like no other with incredible views and incredible food throughout the American Southwest. This is right up my alley. Coming up on GMA.
We are back with a unique way to celebrate America. With its 250th anniversary coming up this summer, GMA lifestyle contributor Lori Bergamatto is here with more. And Lori, you had the chance to see some of the beauty the country has to offer, didn't you?
I sure did, Robin. And one of the best ways to appreciate this incredible country is to travel through it. This segment is sponsored by Canyon Spirit, and they gave me a behind-the-scenes look at a new rail route that will take passengers across the beautiful American Southwest.
The majestic American Southwest. Golden canyons bordered by rushing rivers, lush countrysides, and breathtaking mountain ranges. But the true beauty really coming alive as you journey through this land.
Come on, we've got a train to catch.
With our sponsor, Canyon Spirit.
Welcome aboard Canyon Spirit.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited. This epic adventure, Rockies to the Red Rocks, kicks off from the historic Denver Union Station.
Cheers.
Train manager Chris Woods leads this attentive team.
For someone who's never experienced Canyon Spirit, what can they expect?
They can expect a world-class experience, from luxury hospitality to incredible food and wonderful views. They're going to be pampered.
Why is travel by rail the perfect way for people to experience the American Southwest?
Look at us sitting here together. We can have a conversation. Neither of us is focused on the road. You can get up and move around, and these are all things you can't do on any other form of travel.
Massive glass dome windows ensure you never miss a view.
Really beautiful.
And as you take in the wondrous sights, onboard hosts enrich the experience with insightful storytelling and historical lessons about the region.
The white barked trees are aspens. And the neat thing about aspen trees is that they're all interconnected with their root systems. So this is actually all one tree.
From the Big Ten Curve to the historic Moffett Tunnel, witnessing parts of the Centennial State only accessible by rail. The viewing areas providing fresh mountain air and postcard-worthy photos.
Welcome to Glenwood Springs.
Nestled at the base of the rugged Rocky Mountains, we arrive in the town of Glenwood Springs to spend our evening.
This town, once a booming mining settlement called Defiance, is now a popular wellness destination known for the world's largest hot springs pool. Time to soak it in.
Oh, this is heaven. Before the sun rises, the Canyon Spirit team has the red carpet rolled out for day 2.
There's just 2 little words to sing out with me.
Next stop, Moab.
As if the views weren't amazing enough.
Here. Thank you so much.
From savory trout to decadent sweets, every meal served on board is a reflection of the region.
Delicious.
A top priority, according to Caleb Cudmore, the director of culinary strategy.
The menu is really designed to reflect the land that we're traveling through. We go look for great people in the community that are making special things and bring that on board.
Even drink pairings are sourced locally.
We pass through Palisades.
You're seeing the vineyard and then you're drinking the wine.
Exactly.
I mean, that is a true 360 experience.
The trip is designed to foster connection with the land and your fellow guests.
The first one was in 1996.
The Schwinkies are on their 3rd Canyon Spirit experience.
What do you guys love about it?
It's always relaxing.
It's relaxing. The scenery is phenomenal. And every time you go, it's always a new adventure.
Next up, expansion.
So what's coming up for Canyon Spirit in 2026?
Well, we're excited that Canyon Spirit is extending our journey through to Salt Lake City. The route that opened up this part of Colorado, the original intention was to get to Salt Lake City, so we're bringing that to fruition with stops overnight in Glenwood Springs and Moab, Utah.
But for now, this stunning red rustic terrain is an indicator that our trip is coming to a close. Our last stop brings us to a natural wonder.
Here at Arches, there are more than 2,000 natural rock formations carved out over millennia, like this one, aptly called the Windows. Wow, this is spectacular. Take me back. What really struck me about this trip was just how relaxing it was. A smooth, peaceful journey, taking in all of those breathtaking views, a beautiful reminder of how stunning our country truly is. It's an experience I will never forget, and the best part is, you can have it too. To mark America celebrating its 250th year as a nation, Canyon Spirit is offering savings of $250 per person on eligible 2026 packages. To learn more, head to GMA's social media pages.
That looked like
Yeah,
great
that's great.
experience.
And I love that you don't sleep on board.
No, it's a daytime trip.
Yeah, perfect.
Great.
Yeah.
Really great way to see the country.
Yeah, and it's going to be a great week. We anoint that.
It is. And for more news, check out What You Need to Know anytime on Disney+.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow.